From McKinney North High School, you're watching NTV with Rachel Jones and Ginger Sparks.
Coming up today, McKinney North is about to get a facelift. We'll see what you can expect to see.
We'll roll into the skate park.
We'll visit a class where teaching is being taught.
All this and more starting right now on NTV.
Good morning, McKinney North High School. I'm Rachel Jones.
And I'm Ginger Sparks.
The renovations at McKinney High are finally complete. Now it's North's turn. Matthew Abel sat down with Mr. Span to discuss the renovation plans.
Renovations are set to start on June 6th and should take about 2 years to complete. Many changes will be made in the renovation, but some stand out to Mr. Span.
You know, when you look, we don't have anything that really establishes a true sense of what the front entrance of our building would be. Some drive back around to the back by the auditorium area thinking that could be it. Others go down here by the cafeteria. We just don't have anything that really signifies that this is the front entrance of our building. And some other things, when you come into the auditorium is an area that should be one that kind of sets the flavors of your campus in terms of I guess the enrichments or the enhancement type things that really set it off and say, hey, we're really proud of this piece.
Unlike McKinney High's complete transformation, the architects plan to improve on what McKinney North already has.
We're not moving or growing as fast as what was anticipated earlier on, so we're more of in that enhancement piece, renovating what we currently have with some additional classrooms, but not much.
Mr. Span is the leader of the school, but he does not have the final say in the design.
They have been very good about allowing us to ask questions, about allowing us to say if we didn't want this, could we have that type of scenario. So those are some things that we're trying to accomplish.
When construction begins, the students and staff may have some adjustments to make.
Anywhere that construction is, we will alter entrance areas for our students and our staff, so that could be an inconvenience.
Even though the architects have given a number of suggestions and the start date is approaching, the final plans have not been made.
You know, the plans have been, you know, as with anything, you have to have the stage that it goes through, and they're still in some of the preliminary planning stages, depending on which phase they may be. But right now, they're looking at the cost of everything, just to ensure that what's been included will be, you know, I guess you can say, you know, within the budget dollars that we have established for this. So that's kind of the phase that they're in right now.
This has been Matthew Abels for NTV.
Most athletes have to wait until they turn pro to get sponsored. One North student is ahead of the game.
Sophomore Ryan Davis is a semi-professional skateboarder who got an early start to the sport. He had been skating since he was about 5 years old.
Skateboarding to me, it's like my life. It's just like really fun. It's just an extracurricular activity you want to do. Like, I like sports and all, but skateboarding, you don't have to be on a team.
Skateboarding was challenging enough, but finding sponsors proved to be even harder.
You got to know the right people. You got to be pretty decent. I mean, you can't just know how to ollie, do a couple shoves. You got to get some advanced tricks in there and just make a video and then just send it out and hope for the best.
Getting a sponsor takes time and patience, but Ryan says that having a sponsor is more than just promoting a company.
Your sponsor is many things. I mean, if you're really close with them, they can be your friends, it can be your family, and they just really help you in your growth as a skater.
Now that Ryan has a sponsor, his job is to keep learning new and more difficult tricks.
Oh man, that's like the best feeling ever. Like you trying a trick, busting and busting over and over again, and then finally when you land, it's so gratifying. It's just like, wow, I actually did that.
Ryan says he's happy to get more experiences as a semi-pro, and he has high hopes for turning pro.
I hopefully want to get on the AM team. It's a CCS AM project. It's where you start getting free gear from brands and just hopefully get recognized from there.
This has been Ubaldo Macias reporting for NTV.
When we were younger, we were often asked what we wanted to be when we grew up. A common answer was a teacher. Rachel Yakeley has the story of how some students' answers haven't changed.
With students starting to choose their new schedules, there are some classes that they may want to consider taking. Sean Sparkman explains why one might want to take Ready, Set, Teach.
The goals of this class are to get more people to fall in love with education. It's a great career choice, especially if you want to help people. But it's also a way to make sure that kids want to do this, because we've all had apathetic teachers, and we know that that's not really the best situation. You want teachers that like their job, and this is what classes like Ready, Set, Teach are designed to do.
Unlike most classes, Ready, Set, Teach gives you a chance to explore the teaching career directly.
Depending on the teacher, it's really submersive. Like instantly, you're in there helping kids. We make lesson plans. We actually teach lessons, and then a lot of times I'll just run around, grade papers, make copies for teachers. Really, almost just like a helping hand or a second teacher.
Being in Ready, Set, Teach lets you not only explore career options, it also gives you the opportunity to impact others.
Oh, I think they have a big impact. Just this week, Carlene's been ill, and my children wanted to leave. It was like, she's sick? So they really, really look forward to her visit. If she's just a minute late because of traffic or whatever, they really get upset. There's certain students that she worked with for one-on-one, and those kids really rely and count on her as far as helping them. She's very easy to relate to the kids, and so the kids gravitate towards her.
The bond between student teachers and the elementary school students within the Ready, Set, Teach program is mainly friendship-based. This makes it difficult for student teachers to maintain respect without being too harsh.
They kind of see you as a peer sometimes, so it's real hard to establish yourself as that authoritative position without seeming mean, because you know 5th graders can get beat down pretty quickly. So you just got to kind of balance being nice and making sure that they stay on task.
Learning about teaching has given student teachers a different view of their own teachers and has helped them to recognize how to learn more efficiently.
As I understand what they're going through, is they have to make the lesson plans and stand up in front of the class and try to connect with us, and each student has different learning abilities, and so they put in a lot of work just to help us.
I think learning how to teach helps me kind of learn how to learn, I guess. You got to learn how to vocalize ideas, and in that same way it makes you think things as a whole differently. So it helps me study, helps me kind of break things down, because you have to learn how to make it more basic.
If you want to learn more, visit Miss Claire in room F126. This has been Rachel Yakeley for NTV.
Hi, I'm Cameron Govan, and let's talk sports. The big news this week is that the girls' basketball team has been crowned district champs once again. This marks the 3rd year in a row that they've won district, and they've done it in a staggering fashion, finishing undefeated for the past 3 years. That means that their record in that time is 42-0. They'll start their state championship run next Tuesday. More details will be announced as soon as they become available. Meanwhile, the boys' basketball team is still fighting it out in the last couple of district games. The record is 8-4, which means they're looking to secure a playoff spot. Tonight's game is sure to be a good one, as they'll take on Wiley East at home. Tip-off is at 8. The soccer teams are midway through their season. At the midpoint, the girls have a district record of 2-3, but they only lost those 3 games by 1 point. Their next game is tonight as they host the Sherman Bearcats at 7:30. The boys' soccer team is rolling right along, as they have a district record of 3-2. Their next game is tonight as they take on Sherman. That's all for sports. Now back to you.
Hey Rachel, do you remember Valentine's Day when we were little?
Oh yeah, it was so much fun. We got to make boxes and have parties. I miss it so much.
Julian Esparza sat down with some students from McKinney North's preschool program to get their take on Valentine's Day.
What do you think Valentine's Day is?
We get lots of candy.
Lots of candy?
Lots of candy. And we love our mommies and dads.
Who do you love most?
Mommy. Mommy.
Why do you say that?
Because my mom, I don't want to. Shelby.
Why?
I love my sister. So
Oh, she's your sister? Oh, okay.
I gotta like you more the best. I love Ashlyn more. No. Me too. I love Addie more. I love Addie more. I love Addie more. Everybody.
Who is going to be your Valentine this year for Valentine's Day?
Me. Potato.
All right, fair enough.
I picked Tatum.
Why?
I picked him over them. Jack, I
Why do you pick each other?
Cause please. Dana and them are best friends. I'm best friend. No, I am him. I know that I know. Then how about me?
What do you think about having a boyfriend or a girlfriend?
I don't have a boyfriend yet. I just have a boyfriend. I don't have a boyfriend. I just have a girlfriend. I just have a boyfriend. I just have a girlfriend. I don't have a boyfriend yet. I have a girlfriend.
Have you ever kissed someone?
No. I kissed my mom and dad, but not my brother. I kissed him through. I kissed my girlfriend. Oh my gosh. What's the scary? Okay. Happy Valentine's!
That's all we have for you today. For more news and sports information, follow us on Twitter at MNHSNTV. Thanks for watching, and have a great weekend, Bulldogs.